Okay, welcome once again to yet another episode of the Small Bear Show. Hi, I'm your host, Alex S. Johnson. My family is from Berkeley, California. We're longtime associates of the Vedanta Society of Northern California, and we're very, very honored and privileged to have as our special guest today um, um, is is um, is from Kuch Bihar, India, um, uh, is Priyanka Neyogi, and I
Yeah.
Priyanka sent me a
Yes.
bio, so I'm going to read from the bio, and if I mangle any names, then just correct my pronunciation. Okay, okay, just a moment. I'm going to get that up. So, um,
Namaskar. I
namaste.
am Ambassador Dr. Priyanka Neyogi from Pundiwari, Kuchbihar, India. My hearty thanks to Alex S. Johnson, sir, who is give me opportunity and invited as a special guest for the beautiful show by beautiful country Colombia. So again, thank you and honor to you, sir. And I am professionally college librarian and business woman and international poet, world record holder poet, story writer, literacy organizational, dancing, singing, edition, book, editor, host, live telecaster, first West Bengal Cricket 50 ball secretary, National Joint Secretary of Racquetball Federation of India, UP Miss India second runners-up 2022, official candidate of Rockstar Miss India 2024, official candidate of 2023 Venus Miss Universe. I am very very natural person. I love reading, writing, and social work. It is my short introduction.
Okay, thank you so much, Priyanka. We're actually in the United States, and so I'm in California, and I'm really we were just watching uh, Modi and his speech to Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm really excited about India's world leadership. How do you feel about Modi and his taking the reins as far as you know the rise of the global South?
Actually, hello, sir. Can you again give me your question?
Sure, no worries. We in my family we're big fans of Modi. We love Modi, and we were just watching his speech to Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. And I would like to know what you think about Modi's leadership and his role in raising the power of women and
Thank you so much.
the
Yeah,
global
good
South.
question.
Okay.
Actually, you want to know about our Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership?
Well, I would like to know your opinion of his leadership
Oh,
and
sure.
raising the prominence of the power of women in government and being a global leader.
Actually, Narendra Modi sir is our Prime Minister. He's respected for us, and he's a good leadership because he is connected friendship between India with the Trinidad, California, many countries, and he obviously support women empowerment, women progress, and he always strive relationship bonding and to maintain peace. So he's leading good leadership,
We
Narendra Modi sir.
we agree. We're big fans of Modi and India, and I believe so. I don't want to knock. See, I think, as a second generation Californian and a United States citizen, our roots go way back. And I to the one of my ancestors is the founding father of the United States of America. And so I believe in democracy, and I believe that in a way that India is a new world leader as far as raising awareness that most of the world does not live in the United States, India, you have 1.5 billion people, right? You have many times over what the United States have in terms of, and you're as an industrial power, as a scientific power, as a financial power, and as a leader in terms of raising raising you know the 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 formerly colonized countries such as Trinidad and Tobago, right? I feel very happy about Modi's leadership, and I don't think that makes me necessarily, that's not a slam against the United States. It's more an acknowledgement that most of the world is not the United States. And I'm also very impressed by the fact that you play different roles. So you're a librarian, you're an educator, you're a social worker, an ambassador, you're a beauty contestant, and you're a Miss India runner-up, which is incredible. And
You're actually my UP Miss India.
I'm sorry.
Name is company name is UAP Miss India.
Okay, got it. And we just saw you dance. You're an incredible dancer as well. So you really you have so many, and it reminds me of sort of like in Indian mythology, the goddess has many forms, right? The goddess has many forms and has many attributes. So, it's not one thing. She's a dancer, she could be a teacher, a guide, and inspiration. So you seem to embody a lot of goddess qualities, if I may say. And so I'm very intrigued what it's like to be um, a runner-up for Miss India. What is that like exactly?
Actually, I am UP Miss India second runners-up 2022. It was a good journey, and actually, my message to everyone: life is a journey. You have start your journey so you can get many more travels, good things, but always stay your dream, follow your path and way, and prepare yourself and create yourself, build yourself beautiful sharp perfect. Yes, people can create his or herself perfect, and always follow your aim, objectives, what I want, what I was I what I will reach to. So your success is your hand, and my dream was 1994, and I just applied, and I give my best. So today's UP Miss India second runners up.
That is incredible. That's an incredible journey. So you're a very strong person. You're a very ambitious. Who were some of the people in your life who inspired you?
Actually, it is a big line. My childhood, actually, I'm born mature baby. So
Mhm.
1994, Shushmita Sen and Ashya Rai was Miss World and Miss Universe. So I was listened, and I know I'm very beautiful. So those time 1994, I was decided one day I should be Miss Universe and Miss India. I am very small village girl, and there is 2025. There is people follow looking one woman right married and husband this relation. But I am 1994. I was follow my dream,
Mhm.
started my dream, and I always stay and keep my dream. So
Right.
that's why I'm standing here today.
Okay. Wonderful. And
And many more person. Actually, my
right.
parents always give me good information, good guidance for me. They are never uh, include my brain compare, but they are create me. You are you are.
Mhm.
Your first demand was uh, their want. I am good person, and their guidance was perfect. How one person can perfect her mentality? They are give me guidance in my childhood, but they are never uh, push me for competitions. So
Interesting.
I'm my father was one time called me, why are you looks your cousin? So you are. So I am follow my path. Yes, I always feel I am different. I am unique, and I always those which is my mind,
Mhm.
and always my parents want I will be good person. So now I am a good person, and they want my education, so I'm well educated person.
That's that's beautiful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. It's very you're very inspirational. Um, so how do you how do you see the different aspects of your life? So you're an ambassador, you're a sports presenter, you're a social worker. Now tell me about your activities as a social worker.
Actually, I love creativity
Hmm.
and different expectation. If you look, you can see everything is good. Sports, social work, dance, song, beauty pageant, education, everything is all good work. So I always expect good. And about social work, I am Secretary General of India WC International, which is
Hmm.
organization from South Africa.
Right.
I am international representative of Mother Teresa Foundation of India. I
Hmm.
am international coordinator of Vijay Mission
Hmm.
of Community Welfare Foundation of India,
Hmm.
and National Joint Secretary of NCWDC.
Hmm.
And I love social work. Actually, if I help to person, so then I feel good. 14 June World Blood Day, so I was donated my blood, but
Hmm.
really feel I have smiled because I do something good.
Right.
So everyone can add social work.
Hmm.
It is not necessary. It is more money, more big time given.
Hmm.
If you want your little contribution can save another life,
Right.
help another life. And I love to good work. I love to help people, and I want beautiful world, smiling world, helping world.
I love that. Now
I
one
want it.
I love that. And now one of the anthologies I would love to have your contribute to. We have so we have one of my best friends, and I'll show you her. This is this is my friend Ellen Mabey, and she's an internationally famous poet, and
Oh,
she's
acha.
right very prominent poet. The actually this is amazing. The cover photography and the art was done by the actor Viggo Mortensen, who was in Lord of the Rings, and so he he took the photographs. It was actually published by the very famous punk rock musician Henry Rollins, and in his 21361, um, that's his publishing imprint, which is the date of his birth. And so she wrote this poem called Whiff of Wonder, which contains the phrase a collective paw, right? A collective paw. And my partner, Aaliyah Celeste Williams, and I were listening to this video of her reciting the poem. And we both looked at each other and said, a collective paw, that's a beautiful symbol, like thinking about animals as bringing us all together because we all love animals, right? And our relationship with the natural world and the relationship with nature and beauty and the and all the species, that are interdependence with other species, we just felt very beautifully and strongly. And so I created an imprint of my publishing house called A Collective Paw, right? And then we have one of our contributors is a woman named Nicole H. Six, who, like you, is does a lot of things, right? She's a fine artist, she's an actress, she is a screenwriter, filmmaker, and a poet and a fiction writer, and she also works with animals, and particularly stray cats, right? And she suggested to me that I do an anthology about called A Collective Paw. So that got me rolling, right? A lot of these projects that we do are based on just our enthusiasm of our contributors, who are really just our friends. It's like a family. And so we do these projects which are really just kind of like a community. It's a world community, right? We have people all over the world who are contributors and very enthusiastic, beautiful people. People in Bangladesh, India, China, Trinidad and Tobago, Greece. We have people in France. We have people in Denmark, Scotland, um, all over the world, really. And it's amazing the people who have just reached out to me over the past months and sometimes just weeks. People will pop up on my screen, particularly, for example, Sudhakar Gaidani, and he will say, "Oh, namaskar," and may the blessings of Mahakali be on you. And I say, "Oh, it's such a beautiful thing when you." Sometimes you feel it can be very lonely, particularly when you work in isolation as I do. And so having people pop up and say, bless me, give me blessings. So it's very exciting to be working, potentially working with you too as a contributor. And I wanted to talk about because I love animals and so how do you feel about the relationship between human beings and the animal world?
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Can I tell?
Yes, yes, please.
Actually, I love animal because they are very cute. They are have no language. Their signal attitude is for our understanding language, and
Mhm.
they have. That's why we feel good. And I love elephant, tiger. So my one message to everyone, actually, like that dog, cat, when they are uh, pregnant and they are fine to house for their delivery.
Right.
So don't angry because we are men can speak our problem, our everything, but animal can't do. So if your home there goes, so feel like a treat woman.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure I'm not sure I understood the last thing you said about something about women or no.
Actually, my line is cat, dog, they are not
Right.
spoken.
Right.
So if they are go your home for delivery,
Right.
so don't angry and don't treat like animal. Treat like as woman.
Oh, okay. So treat like a woman, right? Like that's very very
Because
interesting.
they are animal, but they are have men, women matter. Animal have also matter men and women.
Oh, okay. So could you enlarge on that? That's very intriguing. What do you mean by that? Um,
And please always try to good behavior
right.
with animal.
Right. Exactly.
Don't create humble and don't create any bad situation. Don't through uh, any like that many negative uh, things. So always treat good behavior with animal and
Right.
uh, give your love care to animal.
Right. Yeah. I think it's interesting that a lot of people sort of well many people do love animals, and I think increasingly there's a sort of a more awareness that animals are really people. You know, they're people. They're not different from us, right? And so, and I think that's kind of part of the spirit of my publishing imprint is like I want to sort of spread the word that we are animals and animals are not bad. Animals, in fact, the word animal gets a bad overtones, negative. If people say, "Oh, that's you're living like an animal," or you're just behaving like an animal. Animals are cool, right? Animals are great. It's when people behave subhuman, less than human, then we say, oh, that person is behaving like an animal, right? But animals don't have any faults. Even the worst behaved animal is just probably has been abused or something like that. A bad animal is really just a function of poor treatment, right? And that applies to people too, right? And it just seems to be to common sense. If you treat people or animals or you know other other beings with respect, and then they light up like a Christmas tree, you just see somebody, no matter who it is, right? I always think that, I mean, in India, in your culture, the belief is that everybody is God, right? The guest is God. That's why you do the namaskar, right? Because it means, the Atman in me reaches out to acknowledge the Atman in you, right? That we are all right. We are all divine. And I think that is why India is truly poised to be a global leader in this world. Um, you're also a poet, and
Yeah.
could you talk about what you believe to be the role of poetry in society?
Actually, thank you so much. This is a beautiful question because poem relate with our life, daily life,
Hmm.
society, country, relate with poetry. So, from my view, everyone not a take serious poem and poem level have difference like national, international, and locality.
Hmm.
Three
Right.
three people looking three way
Hmm.
poetry. That is the present situation, and it is depend on uh, viewers
Hmm.
and reader. Poet all time try their best, their own thought through he or she create any poem or story. but one poet depend on readers.
Hmm.
It is depends totally on readers, on poet journey.
Hmm. So okay, so the okay, so the poet depends on the readers. Could you expand on that? Could you explain what you mean?
Yes, and my one suggestion to new readers,
Hmm.
if you want anything, poem, story, but always remember, if you create any real matter, so need your research,
Right.
need your real data.
Hmm. I
This message from me for you.
okay, I agree. So know what you're writing about, right? If you're going to be writing a poem and understand what you're writing about, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Who are some of your favorite authors?
Favorite?
Who are some of your favorite writers?
Favorite writer? Rabindranath Tagore,
Oh, yes, very much so. Very
Sukanta
much.
Bhattacharya,
Okay.
what Rabindranath Tagore, Sukanta Bhattacharya, Kazi Nazrul Islam.
Hmm. The only one that I recognized was Tagore, and I have a complete Tagore over here. So, um, I'm going to be taking some notes and looking into some of those writers. When you set about writing a poem, um, do you have a specific process?
Yeah, I have a specific process actually. For our Bengali literacy have different way for poem writing.
Hmm.
Yes, poem writing have own rules,
Hmm.
but people right now follow two way. One ends the rules, one ends the story type poem.
Hmm.
But my uniqueness is I not follow rules. I just
Right,
follow my thinking,
right.
and I be a poet not based on any rules. It is depends on a poet mind.
Hmm. That
So
is,
it is my uniqueness.
that's very interesting that you said that because no, I always go back to Ellen, maybe. I love her so much. We have like a beautiful friendship that's gone back more than a decade. And we have spent so much time on this just on Zoom. We've literally talked one time we talked an entire day. We talked for 9.5 hours. 9.5 hours, that's how much we love each other. And it's a beautiful friendship. And what do you see as, you know, how can a poet reach their audience? How can a poet truly connect with the reader's heart?
Uh, Poets have right now two options.
Hmm.
One is physical option, one is online option.
Right,
Right now, people are more engaged with the online option.
right, yeah.
So, if poet wants to connect audience,
Hmm.
readers, so need first create poem, then publish Facebook.
Hmm.
Nowadays, may have a mini WhatsApp group,
Hmm.
Instagram.
Right.
So you all option use
Hmm.
and through you can ghost readers and many poetry group have available online.
Hmm.
So need every day his work. post. It is not depend readers are your poet or poem view, but your work, poet first work is spread their work
Mhm.
every online platform.
Right.
And physically, they can publish one book or from any book published from publisher, and one their promotion through they can spread it online. But uh, online is today's day. Online is the first priority for the introduction.
Right. 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 And I was looking, I saw that you and I have both published with synchronized chaos, you know, with Christina Deptula, um, who is in Davis. She lives in Davis, California. Christina, she does synchronized chaos, webzine, right? And we've both been published there, and she's also publishes with me too. So I'm going to show you one of the books that we just put out. It's called Neurospicy, a defiantly different anthology, right? And it's got all these amazing
Yes.
authors, right? And Christina is one of the authors. You know, like okay, and this is really amazing. I'm really excited. Okay, so one of the authors that I collaborate with is this beautiful woman named Cassandra Alagoscufi, and she is in Greece. She lives in Greece, and she translated my poem into Greek. Not only did she translate it into Greek, I'll show you. This is amazing, right? So my poetry has been translated into Greek, and it was read on Facebook, I mean on YouTube by the vice president of Penn, Greece. That's an incredible honor because they never, like I'm an American, right? And I'm being read on a YouTube show by the secretary of Penn, Greece, right? They never do that. It was an incredible honor, and I'm trying to find the poem where I'm translated into. I can't read Greek. I don't have any understanding of Greek, right? So I'm listening to this YouTube of my work being, read in Greek, and it's amazing, like that you know, that I'm known that people in other countries, you know, know my work in their language, right? And you seem like you have an international reach. Um, so for example, so I want to talk about just one of the many aspects of the work you do because it seems you're sort of like these goddesses with many limbs, right? And one is holding, you know, I don't know, some flowers, another is holding a pot and so forth. It's just like the goddess pictures. You seem like a goddess, really to me. Um, and one of the things you do is being a sports presenter. Could you tell me how you got into being a sports presenter and what that kind of work is like?
Actually, you want to know about sports.
Yes, yes. You're
Um,
as a sports presenter. Like your work as, for
yeah,
example, with football, yeah, and rocket was it called racquetball?
yeah, sir, Dr. Dwarf.
Yes,
Actually, when I am children, my since my childhood, so
hmm,
I love cricket,
right.
and my childhood I was dream one day I should be a women cricketer,
Oh,
but I am from small village Pundibari.
hmm,
There is no option women cricket, women journey is not all of those time.
okay,
So there have my city have no option for women cricket. So, but my dream was my inside. And 2022, 23, I get opportunity for West Bengal cricket 50 ball secretary. Those time I
Ah,
take responsibility
mhm.
because my dream have not fulfilled, but I can fulfill another dream,
Right.
and I can take responsibility for my society.
Hmm.
And I was take responsibility, and uh, I have I have done first time West Bengal cricket 50 ball as in those field. I since my childhood I goes there field our first cricket tournament. Those field I do, and
Okay.
then get opportunity about Rocketball Federation.
Hmm.
So I have joined first uh, West Bengal secretary.
Oh my
Then
God.
yes, West Bengal secretary. Then I selected national joint secretary of Rocketball Federation.
Right.
Now Rocketball have different school affiliation, different people affiliation, and whole India, like Nepal, everywhere have a Rocketball, and I feel good. I want my message for everyone, don't think that what is your age, but for good health and wealth, always stay with game, and especially rocket ball you can play your home.
Mhm. That's amazing. It's amazing. So you must like never sleep. Like how do you organize your day?
Actually organization through I first time I contact them player, and
Hmm.
one is my local area player and another village player.
Hmm.
So two team I have entered tournament.
Okay. Okay.
I personally contact everyone,
Okay. You're also an ambassador.
and my local people give me um, support. When our first tournament have done, those time many positional person have there our tournament.
Hmm. Cool. So you're also, so you mentioned like doing something with as an ambassador in Australia. Is that it? Could you explain your work in with Australia?
Actually, I am cultural person. I
Hmm.
have Kathak dance, Robino dance, local dance,
Hmm.
graduation complete mine. And Kathak dance is masters was running, so
Hmm.
not complete. And that's why Australia Magic Mass Literacy Cultural Group
Hmm.
appointment me as Indian Cultural Ambassador,
Oh
and
my God.
I am also brand ambassador of America. All Life Do Exist magazine,
Hmm.
and uh, Indian ambassador, first Indian ambassador of Confederation del Libro Peru, and many
Right.
ambassadorships I have.
Right. Well, you're certainly a very fine representative of India. What do you think is the national characteristic of India? If you could summarize, like what you feel is the heart of the Indian spirit.
Actually, I can explain myself.
Okay,
Every person have different way
sure,
and different biological factor. Everyone,
right,
but I can only myself explain and can my country.
right.
Uh, since my childhood, I was dreamed I will be represent my country, India.
Hmm.
So I am very positive person, and I always take positive way. Situation how much? Situation is how,
Hmm.
but I always stay positive and take positive. Always our hand.
Right.
So My dream was to represent my parents' victory, my society victory, my country victory.
Mhm.
So I just applied, and
Mhm.
today's the result.
Right, right. Yeah. Well, you make it sound so simple, that so, you make it sound so simple and straightforward. But how do you deal with do you how do you deal everybody has doubts about themselves, about, you know, their role in the world, and, am I am I attractive? Am I successful? How do I get more successful? How do I make more money? And how do I find love and all these things? And so what do you tell yourself when you're feeling, when you have doubt?
Sir, can you again tell me what
Right.
is your question?
Okay, sure. Well, in a nutshell, what do you tell yourself when you have self-doubt? What do you tell yourself to cheer yourself up? Or if you ever have doubt? I'm sure everybody has doubt about themselves.
Sir, I really can't understand.
Oh,
Please tell me your
okay.
question.
So, um, how do you motivate yourself?
How do
How do you,
motivate?
yeah, motivate? Yeah, how do you motivate yourself?
Uh, I was passionate children
Mhm.
and dreaming children. So since my childhood, I was lot of dream,
Mhm.
and I feel first motivation come from us.
Mhm.
If myself have motivated myself, then I can anything.
Right.
So since my childhood, I was dream. I was Miss World. I want to Miss World, Miss Universe. I was a sports person. I know
Right.
um, what I want, and motivate means I follow my dream,
Right.
and myself I push myself my dream,
Right.
and always I differ what is good, what is bad. I always take good, bad, good person.
Right.
When I talk to any person, those time I was take exam.
Mhm.
So choice is mandatory. Who is your friend? So this journey is not so easy. I defined you. It is very easy journey
Right.
because always I maintain myself
Mhm.
about to friend, about my dream. Actually, I search myself which is possible for me, which is comfortable for me, which is my stage for future, my
Right.
level for future.
Right.
And I tried for this, and that's why I reached. And anybody can push himself or herself for good way. One day she reached good
Mhm.
stage.
Right. Okay. So
And
so
I always self motivated person. Every second, if I get, so I prepare myself. I need good thing, need good matter, need good way. I want to establish myself as a Indian,
Mhm.
and as established my. I want to establish myself as a very good person.
Mhm.
I just put myself good
Right.
point, good feature.
Right. Right.
That's
I think that's beautiful, and it's something that I try to do every day, every hour. I tell myself, okay, how can you be a better person? How can you do what you're doing more efficiently? How can you reach out? Mostly, I just want to love. I want to care for people. I want to find opportunities where I can be of service. That's the main thing that I want to feel, like I feel that somehow if I have, you know, any kind of position in the world, if I have a platform, then I want to use that for good. And to have people like yourself, who are inspirational people, So since you were a child, you aspired to be Miss Universe. Okay. Now I can see you at
I think Venus Miss Universe.
what?
Venus Miss Universe.
Okay.
Actually, I was selected for Venus Miss Universe 2023.
Okay. So I'm not sure I understood. So you were selected for Um, so I don't really understand the different levels of these beauty pageants. Could you kind of explain to me because I only know about like Miss Universe, I know about Miss World, I know about Miss India has been around since 1964, right? And I think it's run by the Times of India, and so when did you start competing in beauty pageants?
What is your question, sir?
When did you start competing in beauty pageants?
I start beauty pageant.
Yeah. At what age?
Actually, 2006, I first got opportunity from Kolkata Doordarshan TV channel.
Okay.
But my father did not allow, so I not joined there.
Right.
But 2008, I was second runners up from my college, Just Natural.
Hmm.
And 2008, I was applied for Femina Miss India, but my height is 5.4. Those time was 5.6 is Femina Miss India contest. So that's why I not fill my form. But 2021, my journey was again start about modeling. So those from 2021 right now, I have cleared all the audition. I have joined just three, four, but I have cleared all the audition.
Right.
And I always believe myself. I am beautiful, positive minded, and I want this platform. I push myself for this platform, and today I am cleared everything.
Okay. For the platform, what is the platform?
Sir, actually, self-confidence is must.
Right.
Not need copyright.
Right.
Not need copy. He is poet. I'm run for poet. He is where rate proc is. I'm where for. I am run for web. This is not just search yourself. Which is inner. Which is you have from your inner side.
Mhm.
Though if you have inner side, you got any business, so you run can business, you follow your comfortable, your likeness, then you can establish one day your position. It
Right.
is starts need self is must,
Hmm.
self understanding is must,
Right.
self
Right.
writing is must.
Right. Well, you make it sound so simple. How do you achieve self-understanding?
How do you,
Well, how do you achieve self-understanding? I mean, personally. Um, um, yeah.
sir, actually I can't understood your line
Okay.
question.
Okay. So you make it sound very simple to say understand yourself, but a lot of people have struggle to understand themselves. How do you go about understanding yourself, Priyanka?
Oh, very nice question.
Thank you.
Actually, I must, since my childhood, I was looking for myself, look myself, and I want for myself
Mhm.
where I want to stand one day. Where I want to stand my future.
Right.
So just I follow this matter.
Mhm. So again, you
So
make it sound so simple.
all is at our inner side.
Mhm.
All good thing, bad, all have inner side. So it is depends on our mind. If our side, I keep our all good thing, so
Mhm.
result should be good.
Well, yes. I mean, I mean, yes, of course, but you just say that, and so it's like, I mean, people do struggle with things like, okay, I'm going to talk about things like depression, for example. I mean, a lot of people struggle with depression, right? How would you, and you as a social worker certainly see a lot of people who are in distressed states, right? How do you um, what do you tell people who are feeling depressed?
Actually, I understood your line.
Okay,
How I struggle. First of all, I love struggle.
right.
Yes, I love struggle, and my line is distance is nothing for aim.
Hmm.
Distance is nothing for aim. I love my aim, and my aim is very dear for me. And if feels struggle, actually, I always look and stay with my dreams. So I never feel struggle. I want to whole life. I want struggle, and their matter is. Bad thinking or bad people for talking have people, not animal. So I don't care people who is it. I know about myself. I'm good person, positive person, and
Right,
my work always be result, good result. Struggle matter is it is simple matter. It is not a big matter. My for my matter is what is I want. That is my matter. I
right,
not never looking person any person thought because I know what is my thought. I know I am another person. I am a unique person, so my thought, my thinking, and everything unique. So I never listen another person opinion. Never I never take decision from another person. And from Pundibari I am very strong person. And
yeah,
I will
yeah,
yes, my mind is I want to do, I should do. I
right,
risked there my success.
right.
It is my voice. And when I class 11, my school, so I was school captain, a Kuwait school.
Hmm.
So are you understand what is my journey?
Right,
So I don't fear. I don't fear anybody.
right,
Um, Past relation is myself with myself. It's my relations, nobody else. So I never care anybody's line, but I always care anybody's respect, anybody's good suggestion. Which suggestion for
right,
which suggestion is good for me, which
right.
suggestion can put my self highest position. But never your question is a struggling point. What
Yeah,
was the struggle? Actually, I enjoy my struggle. I always enjoy my I celebrate my struggle. So I not feel a struggle is struggle. I celebrate my struggle is my celebration.
yes.
So I always take them. I do but follow rules. That's enough.
What,
Not so, I my struggles are never looking like that struggle. I looking I feel celebration. Yes, I am struggler.
that's just a
I hope you understand.
powerful and beautiful thought. So my struggle is my celebration. That's a poem. My struggle is my celebration.
Actually, struggle is for me not a any path and sad moment.
Hmm.
No, struggle is for me very comfortableness.
Right. Well, I
So
think
we
that
are
embracing embracing struggle,
yes.
saying
Hmm?
when you say I embrace my struggle, very positive and powerful thought, and I want anybody who's watching this, I hope that they take away from you, from Priyanka Neyogi, this idea that struggle isn't bad, struggle is great. If you're struggling, you're learning, right? If you have to a challenge, if you have a
And
challenge
uh,
to get better.
And right time, right decision is must. Right time, right decision.
Right time,
Um,
right
right
decision.
time,
What do you mean?
right decision. What do you mean?
What do you mean by right time
What do you mean by
and
right
right decision?
time? Right time is which time is need your decision. That's meant right time, right decision.
Hmm.
If you follow right time, right decision, it can be right for you.
Um, but
Um,
how do you
but
how do you
how do
know
you
it's
how do you know?
a lot of people
It's a
are out
lot of
of
people
touch with
are
their inner
outside
voice.
with their inner voice.
How do you tune in
How do you
to
go
your inner voice?
to your inner voice? Sir, can you
Right,
tell me again this question? Right.
right.
Please
Okay,
tell me again this question.
sure.
Right. Okay.
How do you, and so you
How
are
how
very
how
powerful, very
so
self-willed,
you
very
were very
strong. Um,
very
a lot of people
well
struggle with the idea that
um
that
a lot
they
of
that they are
struggle
not,
with the idea
that they
that
don't feel powerful.
they are not
They
that
don't
they don't feel powerful.
feel strong.
Sir, please tell me again. I
Okay,
can't
okay,
understand.
okay. What advice do you give to people
Okay,
who
okay,
feel
okay.
that they're not
What
strong?
advice do you give to people who feel that they're not strong? Uh, how do people get strong?
How do people get strong? Yeah, how do people get strong?
How do people get strong? Yeah, how do people get strong? Actually, first need to people mindset is first necessary.
Hmm.
Then need to take own decision because many people have many decision.
Hmm.
So no need to choose important decision. First priority myself and I want to do anyhow any good condition. I risk my there just 2 3 line keep your mindset. It is enough
Hmm.
for strongness. Strongness so your language strong is your need your strong behavior. Where you need to feel strong behavior, full behavior, everything is need for proof his or herself.
Hmm. So are you?
And anybody
Okay, yeah.
so he can. I want I want to stay strong. That's I want to stay strong. That's can
Okay. So
gosh.
okay, so it's like when you behave in a strong way, that reinforces your inner strength, right? And then it perpetuates itself, right? The more strong that you behave, the more strong you feel, then you have confidence, right? Um, I really admire you and I admire your attitude, and I think that people could learn a lot from you. And I really, really wish you well in your journey. And I can see you as Miss Universe very easily. Um, would you please read some of your poems for me?
We
Would you read some of your poetry for me?
poetry.
Yeah,
Okay, just do it.
sure, no worries.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, actually, you know
Yeah.
what? I couldn't hear anything. Like when you got out your guitar and then I couldn't hear anything.
Okay. I'll start my way.
Okay.
I will be with Priyanka Neyogi. Look good around, good and bad capital. I want to be good. It is not so easy to have this good. In order to be good in various complications, study continue. I will be fine. I will do better. I will receive good education in the service of family, society, country. I will devote myself. There will be a lot of the storm of the rotation. Never let you have to control yourself. Every step of the valley is good. If it is cut off, stumble. It fail. Will all my life I will bless to the good. Give the light like the sun. The sun will be as radioactive. Keep it in mind. I will be fine. Be bright, be prudent. I will accomplish the impossible. I will play a role in curing. I will glorify yourself. Lend to the reputation. I will build a precedent for this structure. Will continue in the clean mindset. I will keep the well-being to spread the well-being around. I will be fine.
Yay.
Yes.
I will be fine. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, okay, let's see. Um, do you have any advice that you would like to share with my viewers, as far as, sharing some thoughts about how they can maybe emulate you and have as the kind of success that you've had?
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Give me opportunity for my voice. For all the viewers, always note your life, your hand. So if you feel need good life and successful life, so maintain yourself and always follow your dream and work like that. And you should be with your success. And everyone have struggler, fighter. So don't care any bad thing. Keep and stay with good thing, dream. I hope you will be one day success. Thank you. Can I share one song?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
Please do.
Please. Yes. Fine. You are my everything. I don't wanna give up. I don't want giving. Oh no. So everybody sing. One love for the mother's pride, one love for the times we cried, one love for to stay alive. I will survive. One love for the city streets, one love for the hip hop beats, one love. Oh, I do believe one love is all we need. One love for the mother's pride, one love for the times we cried, one love, God that stay alive. I will survive.
Yeah, one love.
Thank you.
One love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. And okay, that's it. And if you'd like to share your contact, how people can and contact you on your different platforms. So like, tell my viewers how they can get in touch with you on like Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Yeah. Just your contact information.
Thank you. And please welcome from India. Please visit welcome.
Okay.
Visit India. Welcome to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Namaskar.